The gentlewoman from Richard City, Ms. McClellan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Speaking to the bill.
The gentlewoman has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, a few years ago, some of you heard me tell the story about my great-grandfather who, when he went to register to vote, had to take a literacy test. And when he got all of the answers right, the chair of the registration board turned to one of the other committee members and said, "Get us more questions. This blank got them all right." He then answered all of the next set of questions correctly and then was told to be able to register to vote, he had to find 3 white, upstanding men to vouch for him. He went to several, and after basically shaming one that had known him all his life, he found someone to agree to do that. That is why any bill that places any barrier to someone exercising their fundamental right to vote is anathema to many citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia who fought and were terrorized and in some cases died to exercise that right. You heard me earlier tell you the legacies, one of the legacies of the Racial Integrity Act of 1924 and how many of our citizens born as late as 1946 don't have birth certificates. And many of those folks no longer drive. And they don't have any of the valid forms of photo ID that this bill would now allow them to have. Now, I know the gentleman from Albemarle says, well, you can get a free one from your local registrar. But I think that there are some hidden costs in this bill that we should be concerned about. The fiscal impact statement identifies approximately $166,000 in the first year for setup costs, and then about $212,000 for education and presumably the printing of the IDs. But what do you need to get a photo ID? If the purpose of this bill is to prevent someone from showing up, claiming to be someone that they're not, then they're going to have to prove to the registrar that they are who they say they are. And to do that, they will need a birth certificate, a valid driver's license, a passport, many documents that in a post-9/11 world are very difficult for even people born right here to get and prove their citizenship. Someone's going to have to pay for many of these documents. Either to pass constitutional muster, the local registrars will have to absorb that cost, and that cost is not identified in this fiscal impact statement, or the voter will have to do it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a poll tax that has been declared illegal in this country after it was used to deny many people of color their right to vote. So there are some hidden costs, either to the voter or to the local registrar, that some estimates show range from $7 million to $21 million. But more than that, we break the trust of those who fought and in some cases died for many, many years to ensure that they and their children and their grandchildren and even their great-grandchildren could show up and cast their inalienable right to vote that was so important that it was enshrined in the Constitution itself, at least for some. And then after many shed blood on battlefields, was given to others. And for that reason, I ask that you not pass this bill. Thank you.